So we all know that the Phoenix Suns are in a terrible position right now. They may have to trade away Kevin Durant this offseason. Who knows if they're going to buy out Bradley Beal or have to trade away Devin Booker. But just a few years ago, they were one of the best teams in the NBA. And you can make an argument they were the best team in the NBA in 2022. And they look so much different 3 years later. So here we are, taking control of the 2022 Suns, the best team in the Western Conference throughout the regular season, coming off a finals appearance in 2021 that they could have beaten the Milwaukee Bucks, headlined by 24-year-old Devin Booker, still at a very high level Chris Paul. You have a 23-year-old DeAndre Ayton who had his value at an all-time high because he was incredible for them down the stretch in 2021. We got Mikal Bridges, who ended up finishing top 3 in DPOY in 2022. A really good bench of guys that have been around forever like Torrey Craig, Saric, Cam Johnson, who was obviously included in that KD trade, Campaign, Jay Crowder, McGee, Biyombo, Aaron Holiday, and then obviously they traded for Kevin Durant at the 2023 deadline. Matt Ishbia gets a team from Robert Sarver, who was basically forced to sell. And yeah, we're going to try to win this team a championship. I think I may keep Chris Paul. We'll see. Something with these these rosters that the contracts aren't going to be perfect. So we'll see what happens with Chris Paul. But like Cam Johnson has that new extension at this time. Chris Paul was making a lot of money, but the overalls are very accurate. And who knows what this team would look like right now. We're going to have all our draft picks as well. We're going to have Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Bridges. Sarge could be the starting 4, or we could eventually get Cam Johnson in there. But this is a team that was so good in 2022. And yeah, they ended up... It's like the Kevin Durant trade, I don't think they regret. You can let me know what you think they would regret down below. Like, would they regret the KD trade? But I think it's more so they regret the Bradley Beal trade, obviously. All those swaps going from Chris Paul to Beal. This team needed defenders and perimeter players around Booker and Bridges, or at least a rim-protecting center, and the Yusuf Nurkic trade was a disaster, since they also traded away Tumani Kamara in that deal as well. But then they ended up losing in round number 2 this year to the Dallas Mavericks. Luka upsetted the 1-seeded Suns. And then in 2023, they do beat the Clippers in round 1, but they lose to the Nuggets in round 2. 2024, they get swept by Minnesota, and they didn't even make the play-in tournament here in 2025. So they've been going downhill since they made it to the finals back in 2021. Okay, so 2K wasn't really a big fan of this team. We are 29-21 at the moment here at the trade deadline, when, like I said, this was one of the better teams, if not the best team in the Western Conference. I mean, they were the 1 seed this year. Shout out to Kawhi Leonard and Paul George balling out there. A younger Ivica Zubac has really broken out here, and I wonder when my elimination Clippers rebuild may come, because I'm either doing a elimination Nuggets or Clippers after round 1, and both those teams are conference finals caliber this year. So DeAndre Ayton is averaging 17 points and 11 rebounds. He is making a decent amount of money. Still on that rookie extension he got around this time. There's Mikal Bridges giving me 15 points, shooting 37 from 3. Cam Johnson, 37 from 3. What's Chris Paul averaging? 9 points and 9.5 assists. 50, 44, 94 splits. Incredible stuff there from CP3. I don't think I'm going to really make any notable moves right now. I mean, we're going to have a lot of like free agents because like the current contracts for these guys are 1-year minimums, but some of these guys had really important parts, like that campaign game when Chris Paul was out in the playoffs. But yeah, like I wonder if we could turn DeAndre Ayton into this like dominant big that never really ended up happening. He was the #1 overall pick. His value was at a sky high basically at this time. All right, so Luka Doncic ends up winning MVP here in the 2022 season. That obviously at the time went to Nikola Jokic. Cade Cunningham was your rookie of the year. That ended up going to Scotty Barnes. Shout out to Spencer Dinwiddie in Dallas, who stayed there. Or actually he got traded to Dallas at this deadline with Davis Bertans and the Kristaps Porzingis deal. It's crazy what Kristaps' value was at that time and how much it's changed since he got traded to Boston. So here's All-NBA first team. Shout out Jokic, shout out Luka, guys from the 2018 class, and then eventual MVP winners Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic. Here's second team with Shea, Fox, Harden, Jimmy, and Steph. And third team with KD still in Brooklyn. Randall there in New York. He was All-NBA third team, right, in that 2020. I think he was in the 21 season, not 22. And then you got Donovan Mitchell still in Utah as well, and Dame still in Portland. So we ended this year as the 6th seed. We're taking on the Sacramento Kings here, who are the 3 seed. They didn't make the playoffs this year, but they were the 3 seed in the 2023 playoffs. They got Dante DiVincenzo, but they no longer have Halliburton. He was traded for Sabonis that year, as Devin Booker ended up as our leading scorer. Ayton averaged a double-double, Bridges 16 points, Chris Paul averaged 11 and 9 throughout this year. This team was obviously, if you remember, head coached by Monty Williams, who built up a good reputation here in Phoenix, and then it kind of got destroyed a little bit when he ended up becoming the head coach in Detroit. But yeah, the game has Mike Budenholzer as the head coach. So figuring out this rotation, JaVale McGee, honestly not bad numbers for a backup big. He's going to play a decent amount. I think like 14 minutes a night. Jay Crowder or Torrey Craig, who would I rather play? I think I'm going to play Jay Crowder. A little bit better of a defender. I don't think I'm going to get Landry Shamet into the rotation because I do want to play these guys a ton. So Booker's going to get 38. We're going to go 34 to Chris Paul. We're going to go 35, 36 to the Iron Man, Mikal Bridges. We're going to go about, honestly, 17 minutes to Sarge, 30 to Cam Johnson as a 6-man. I'm going to go about 14 to McGee, 34 to DeAndre Ayton, and then we're going to go a little bit more to Campaign and to Jay Crowder. System proficiency is 4.5 star balance. Taking on the Kings as the underdog. We do lose game 1, 135, 124. Fox drops 42. Booker drops 40. Kentucky guard star versus Kentucky guard star. And we go down 2-0. We lost by 5. Sabonis had a triple-double against us. Chris Paul at 27-7. Aiden 27-13. But we just lost both in Sacramento. We do win in Phoenix here, 120-104. 12 assists for Chris Paul there. 36-6 for Booker. Game number 4 is going to go to the Phoenix Suns. 117-103. Booker with 30. Paul with 21-11. A double-double for DeAndre Ayton. And we have a brand new series right now as we're all tied up 2 games apiece. And they do end up winning game 5, 140-129. Every home team has won so far. So I'm hoping we can get a little bit of magic here in game 6 still. Bang, there we go. No road team has won. So let's hope that changes here. Shout out to Mikal, 26 in game 6. In game 7, on the road in Sacramento, we don't get off to a good start. We're down 30-13. I mean, we know that, what was it, game 6 they lost against Dallas by a lot, or game 7. That was the meme where Chris Paul hits the big 3 to cut it to like 39 or whatever it was. And that's probably going to happen here as well, as we end up losing 137-107. We lose by 30. Aiden with 19 and 14. Bridges with 18. Booker with only 16 points here. Campaign 3 of 10. Chris Paul 4 of 11. And there's Jay Crowder 1 of 6. All right, that's not great as we end up losing in round number 2. The team wasn't like super impressive, beating New Orleans in round number 1 at the time, and then, yeah, losing to Dallas in round 2. The Clippers, who ended up not even making the playoffs, I believe, here, end up in the conference finals, in Dallas, we know ended up in the conference finals against Golden State. Clippers and the Nets in the NBA finals, and the Clippers are going to win it all, and Paul George is your finals MVP. There we go, playoff P. So there goes Dwight Howard, Rajon Rondo on the Cavs, Danny Green, Wesley Matthews, some great role players there from the 2010s. And we are going to have the 20th pick here in the 2022 draft. Unless like Monty is here in coaching free agency, I think we're just going to keep Mike Budenholzer. I don't even know if he's in 2K25, honestly. All right, so yeah, here we are, the 2022 draft. J-Dub is projected as the number 1 pick, then Paolo, Chet, and Jabari Smith Jr. Now, I got to figure out where I want to go with this team, because we do have Booker, Johnson, Aiden, and Mikal all locked up. We're going to have new extensions for these guys coming soon. I don't think I'm going to make any trades here on draft night. I do think I can get some really, like, I can get dominated. I can get DeAndre Ayton to be an all-NBA caliber big man. We'll see, though. So, Paolo Banchero stays in the state of North Carolina. He goes from Durham, North Carolina to Charlotte. Jabari Smith goes number 2 to Utah. Detroit at number 3 gets J-Dub to pair up with Cade Cunningham, which is electric. And there at number 4, San Antonio is going to take Chet Holmgren. So speaking of San Antonio, we are going to take Jeremy Sochan, who fell here to number 20 out of Baylor, because I don't think Dario Saric is going to be on this team next year. And then out of St. John's in the second round, I took Julian Champagne, excuse me, with the 50th overall pick. So Saric actually opts out. I was hoping he was going to opt in and I could trade him. He actually thinks he's going to get more money. I'm not sure about that. Aaron Holiday, I will pick that up because, yeah, we have all those free agents with the minimum contracts. LeBron's a free agent, only 37 here. Harden's a free agent. Kyrie's a free agent. There's Jimmy. But my number 1 priority is to bring back Chris Paul, which 2K is probably not going to allow me to do. Great, because I don't have bird rights on him. So, yeah, we'll see what goes on there. I would like to bring him back. I'm going to also bring back Jay Crowder on a 1-year deal. Remember Ish Wainwright? He had a moment there in 2023, I think, for this team. So I really don't want to re-announce the rights on anybody here just to keep all the dialogues open. We are going to bring back Jay Crowder on a 1-year deal. I'm really hoping Chris Paul does not take a different deal, but he hasn't, gotten like a realistic offer yet. I mean, now the Rockets are giving him 2 years, $72 million, which I don't believe I can offer him. I can give him 18 at most. So this is going to make this rebuild a little bit more challenging, as Chris Paul is going to leave us, which kind of sucks. So I don't think I have to renounce the rights on anybody to sign Ivica Zubac to my mid-level exception. I know I do have DeAndre Ayton, but I do think I'm buying in pretty low on a really good center. And obviously this is around the time that Hartenstein signed with the Knicks. Another guy you could buy into as well. So Chris Paul ends up leaving us. He goes back to the Houston Rockets. Yeah, this is going to make it a little bit more challenging. We know they used his contract to end up getting Bradley Beal. I think in hindsight, I probably should have just added on another year of his deal. Could have made it a realistic contract. But now that's on me for not doing that. So it's going to make it a little bit more challenging. Let's bring back Campaign here on a 2-year deal. He may just start as our point guard going into next year. I'm also going to sign Alex Caruso to a 2-year deal worth around $7 million, because at the time he also got picked up by the Chicago Bulls. I'm going to hopefully sign Dario Saric here to a 3-year deal worth $16 million. I'm going to look to flip it. And I'm going to bring back JaVale McGee on a 2-year minimum deal as well. And we are going to do this trade and try to buy in low on a point guard from Oregon that is coming off a pretty poor shooting year for the Celtics in 2022. Like, Pritchard just wasn't playing a lot, and around this time, I think he requested a trade. We're going to send Aaron Holiday, Dario Saric, and JaVale McGee to Boston. We're going to get Peyton Pritchard. I get Braxton Key. Honestly, a little bit unfamiliar with his game. So we're just going to make this trade, and Pritchard is going to be the starting point guard next year, or at least he's going to play a decent amount with campaign. We're going to have Booker and Caruso. Like, we got Bridges, Johnson. I'm going to have to re-sign Bridges. We brought back Crowder, brought in Champagnie, brought in Sohan, who I think I'm going to start at the 4. And I'm going to bring in Ish Wainwright on a 2-year deal just because that could be a matching salary. So, yeah, a little bit of KJ Martin type beat from the 76ers in the 2024 offseason. And here we go with player progression as Booker is now a 91. Aiden's up to an 88. Bridges only an 82, so maybe he's peaking there as a 25-year-old. There's Zubats going up. Pritchard going up as well, and I'm still excited about this team. I wish I had the Chris Paul trade asset. Like I said, though, that's on me. I should have just gave him that realistic deal where he was still making $40 million a year, basically until the 2024 season, the end of that year. All right, so let's look at the 2023 team, where we got Pritchard. We'll start him at the 1, Booker at the 2, Bridges at the 3. We're not going to play Braxton Key. This is going to be... I don't think I'm going to play Aiden and Zubats, even though that'd be kind of intriguing. I think I'm actually going to give Jeremy Sohan the start just to see what he can do. I don't know if Champagnie's going to crack the team. I think 10 to Crowder. We're going to go about 15 to Caruso. We'll do about 20 to Payne. We're going to go about 20, I think 8 to Cam Johnson. Zubats is going to play probably around 18 minutes a night. Actually 16 just for this year because I want to go 32 to Aiden. We can go about 22 to Sohan as the starting 4. I know it's a lot as a rookie. We can go 34 to Bridges, 36 to Booker, and then 27 to Pritchard is good with me. We are 4-star balanced. I do worry a little bit about the backcourt defense with Pritchard and Booker. We'll see how it performs. And we start off the year 1 and 2. So maybe not the best start in the world. But I'm intrigued to see how this season goes. All right, so yeah, 2K, not a big fan of the 2023 Suns, a team that was a second-round exit. They did beat a banged-up Clippers in round 1. Yeah, we're not doing too hot. We are 21 and 29. We have a negative 3.2 point differential. Peyton Pritchard is taking steps forward to being possibly a number 1. I said it before, worried about him and Booker's fit defensively in the backcourt, but it is helped out a little bit by Mikal Bridges, whose field goal percentage is down this year. And this is the 2023 season when he ended up getting traded to Brooklyn, and his value was so high at the end of the year where he had that like 20 game sample size where people thought he could be a number 1. Really wasn't that for them in 24. There's Jeremy Sohan, who's I think been an impactful player. But maybe not a good enough starter for us right now. There's 19 and 12 from Aiden. Cam Johnson averaging 14 points, shooting 36 from 3. Cam Payne has been a godsend for us this year. Ivica Zubats, I mean, putting up good enough numbers as a backup can be. Caruso's really struggling with his shot, and I don't think Jay Crowder is going to be in the rotation. So I think we're going to look to make a trade based off next year's outlook. I do want to re-sign Aiden. Oh my god, that's a lot of money. I don't think I need to front or bird rate it or bird it. I'm just gonna flat rate it. So it's going to be 160 million over 4 years. I'm gonna pay Aiden that money, but I do think Zubats gives us a little bit better of collateral just in case I do move on from him. And yeah, Mikal Bridges is gonna make like half the contract that Aiden is making. That is kind of crazy. All right, so the Warriors are looking to add some defense. I'm gonna send them Alex Caruso for a 2027 lottery first. I'm gonna get Luke Cornett in this trade, who actually built himself up to being a good player in the NBA with the Boston Celtics. And we're also going to send Shaq Harrelson in this deal as well. So yeah, Caruso going to Golden State for a first. And bang, we are going to complete that deal because everybody else is under contract throughout the offseason. I'm sadly going to view this year as a wash, and I kind of hope we get a good lottery pick like we're projected there at number 6. What if I could add Wemby to this team and then Zubats and Aiden just become expendable? I mean, it'd be cool to get one of the Thompson twins or Miller. So yeah, like I said, this is probably just going to be a wash year. And then we're going to make some notable moves in the offseason. I think we're going to reevaluate Bridges and Cam Johnson on this team. And maybe we end up trading for a different player. And that didn't end up being Kevin Durant. And I can also keep all my picks as well. And Luka Doncic goes back-to-back with MVPs. Chet Holmgren is probably the reason why the Spurs aren't going to get Wemby here. But hey, I mean, I'd rather have Wemby. But it looks like Chet is going to be a really good player. J-Dub ends up winning 6th Man of the Year as a rookie. AD Depoy, Scotty Most Improved, and Giannis ends up winning Clutch Player of the Year. John Morant is on All-NBA First Team, as well as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There's Russell Westbrook in Milwaukee, so he actually got traded from the Lakers to the Bucks, and gets All-NBA Second Team honors with Sabonis, Trae Young, Embiid, and Harden both in Philadelphia. 2 Lakers on All-NBA Third Team, and then 2 guys in the South East Division, as well as Steph there on 3rd team. Shout out to Time Lord being a top 5 defender in the NBA this year, and Clint Capella, who's still in Houston. Or did he go back to Houston? He went back to Houston. Daniel Gafford, all defensive 2nd team in New York. Isaac, all defensive second team in New Orleans, and DeAndre Ayton, a top 10 defender in the sport who just put up 19 and 13. It's kind of incredible. So Jeremy Sohan, did he get on an all-rookie team? He did not, unfortunately. We didn't even make the play-in tournament this year, which is pretty embarrassing. I probably will fire my coach. We go 36 and 46, which is going to give us a top 10 pick, but like all these teams were worse than us in the Eastern Conference. So it's not really going to be as good of a pick because maybe we won some games down the stretch. Booker's numbers this year, a little bit down. Okay. There's Aiden. Like I said, I think Bridges and Cam Johnson are both on the table this offseason of potentially getting moved. I think Campaign is a great spark plug for us off the bench. I worry about Pritchard as well. Like, is he better utilized just as a sixth man? And I should try to find a better starting point guard. But shout out to Julian Champagnie, who really made, I guess, something out of his minutes, 15 minutes per game over the last, like, stretch of the year, which is kind of cool because he could be a rotational piece for us next year. So, Karl-Anthony Towns, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Embiid, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. All right, so the Timberwolves, who were the 7th seed, beat the Thunder, who were the 8th seed. It's incredible. Thunder were the 9th seed, actually, who made it to the finals here, conference finals. And then, yeah, is Philly going to get a ring who have basically Harden, Maxey, and Embiid? They still have Tobias Harris, Thibault, Lowry. Miles Turner is there now, as Minnesota has Cat still. They have D'Lo still because that Russell Westbrook 3-team trade didn't happen. And the 76ers win in 7. James Harden finals MVP. So yeah, that just cements his legacy even more. Something he hasn't really been able to do, get over the hump. And here, finals MVP. There goes LeBron. Who would have thought he was going to play 2-3 more years after this? JaVale McGee ends up retiring as well. So I'd be glad I traded him last offseason. There goes Pop. He ends up retiring. LeBron obviously to the Hall of Fame and gets his jersey retired by 3 different teams. So here we are at the draft lottery, hoping to get some luck on my side. We're projected the 9th overall pick in this draft. I mean, the Pelicans, the Hawks have gone up to number 1 with, I think, fewer odds than what we have here at 9. Can we get some luck? Nope. A team behind us actually did, as we ended up falling to 10, unfortunately. And yeah, Mike Budenholzer is technically our head coach. I'm going to fire him. Could we get Joe Mazzulla? Maybe we poached him from Boston. Jason Kidd. I mean, maybe we could poach him from Phoenix. Mark Daigneault, I know, made the conference finals, but was a little underwhelming throughout the regular season. We could try to get. I mean, James Borrego's probably going to get blocked from us. Billy Donovan, Kenny Atkinson. So we snag him before he ends up becoming the Cavs head coach. Charles Lee, snag him before he ends up becoming the Hornets head coach. So I get Lee and I get Atkinson. I think it's a no-brainer. Almost messed that up. I'm going to sign Kenny Atkinson. So yeah, who do the mock drafts have us taking at number 10? Brandon Podjemski from the Sporting News, Jarris Walker from 2K, and Jed Howard from NBA.com. All right, so it is the start of the draft. I assume Wemby's going to go 1, and he is a Washington Wizard. Do the Hornets end up taking Brandon Miller 2? Yep, the Denver Nuggets are picking 3. Are they going to get a Thompson twin? They're actually going to make a trade with the Knicks. Whoa, the Knicks moved up 1 spot and had to give up Emmanuel quickly to take Scoot Henderson. Okay, Denver's on the clock at 4. I'm thinking about trying to make a trade here. We do have some assets to pull something off. I would offer you 10. Can I get them to move down 6 spots? That is asking for a lot. So they've already moved down once. I'm going to try to go up from 10 to 4. I guess I should probably include Zubats in this deal. The problem is, though, Denver doesn't really have much cap space because of some of these contracts, and now quickly is making $32 million on their books, so it's really tough to pull something off. Yeah, like, I think it's going to be impossible to really get up to number 4. I'm praying they don't take Amen Thompson. That's who I wanted to trade up for. Let's see what they do. And they take a Sar. Okay. We're still cooking here. I'm not going to risk Detroit, who could take Amen. I don't know what he's listed as, because if he's a point guard, maybe they wouldn't. Could I offer you Camp? Do you not have cap space either? Damn, who's making all your money right now? Oh, they picked up Jalen Green. They also have Jeremy Grant. God, I don't even know if I would want any of those contracts. So could I offer you, I mean, what about if I offered you my first rounder from Golden State that we got and 39? Like, could I get a counter? Oh my God, they agreed to that. Okay, so 2 first-round picks and pick 39. I moved up to number 5. And I'm going to take Amen Thompson. I have no idea where I'm going to play him. I think at the end goal, it's going to be at the 1 with Booker at the 2 and Pritchard being the 6th man. And yeah, I am thrilled about that. And I'm excited to see him develop here in Phoenix. We're going to pick up the team option on Julian Champagnie. Qualifying offers, Clifton Howard. I'm not even sure where he came from, so I'm not going to give him that. Jay Crowder, I mean, he could be a veterans vibe guy for us, a VVG. We could also sign somebody for around like $10 million a year. I mean, Rui Hashimura. Aaron Gordon. I need a power forward. I need an upgrade, I think, over Sohan. I thought about moving Mikal and or Cam Johnson, and I honestly don't love much here, so I think I'm going to try to get Aaron Gordon on the team. What's the most I can give him? That. I think we can get him to sign on day 1. Bang, there we go. So Aaron Gordon, welcome here to the Phoenix Suns. That's going to bump Jeremy Sohan back to the bench. So KD signs with Houston. Is that foreshadowing of what's going to happen this offseason? Fuka goes to Atlanta. Dame back to Portland. Fox back to Sacramento. I assume Trae Young is now leaving Atlanta since Atlanta got Luka. And I'm going to make this trade with the Dallas Mavericks. It hurts the trade away campaign, who's like the definition of a veteran vibes guy, and was actually really good for us. But with Men Thompson and Pritchard here, I'm going to move him and Braxton Key for a 2029 first round pick and Nikola Jovic here from the Dallas Mavericks. So I think that's a trade we shouldn't pass up. Here at player progression, Booker's a 92, Aiden's a 90. We'll see if this could be the duo, the new Shaq and Kobe they were compared to at one point back in the day. Hopefully we can make the playoffs this year. It was pretty embarrassing we didn't last year. And before the season starts, I'm going to re-sign Devin Booker to a 3-year extension. Cam Johnson entering the last year of his deal. Honestly, we could work out an extension with him, making around $12 million a year. I do want to keep him around, at least as an asset for us going forward. So I think we'll start with Pritchard at the 1, but Amen could definitely be working a little bit. So this is a really deep team. I think Jovic can get around 10 minutes a night. I want to play Amen a decent amount. I think like Sohan's going to get like 15 minutes a night. Cam can get 20. I do want to get like Amen about 20 minutes a night as well. Zubats is probably going to play like 20 minutes. Aaron Gordon can get 26. Bridges 33. Booker 36. Pritchard at 25 is fine. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on Champagnie. We're 4-star pace and space right now. We start off the year at home against the Lakers. Can we at least get a good start to the season, please? And we blew them out. Let's go. Devin Booker drops 26. A fantastic start to the season. All right, so we're a little bit better this year. I think our record is reversed from where it was last year at the deadline. We are 29 and 21. We still lack a positive point differential, like plenty of teams behind us with much better ones, which scares me. I think it's our offense right now, which maybe I get. Maybe I don't get. Our defense is pretty solid. I mean, Peyton Pritchard is averaging 10 points, 5.5 assists, but yeah, that efficiency is not where I need it to be. Booker, I mean, he's not averaging what he did in 2022 here in 2024, but the efficiency is still off the charts. I mean, maybe Mikal. Maybe that's the spot where I try to upgrade maybe Aaron Gordon's spot, because that efficiency is even worse than what Jeremy Shohan gave me last year. Aiden's still been good, but I wonder if like having him and Zubats, I don't know about that. Amen is improving this year. I think we're going to trade. I think we're going to make a trade here at the deadline, and it may involve some guys that have been here for a little bit. And I'm going to make kind of a risky trade, and I hope it works out. I'm going to be sending Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and a 2027 first round pick for Nneka Okongwu, but I'm going to get Kristaps Porzingis. I think I'm going to make him a power forward. I know we're making a trade with the Wizards, but it's not going to be for Bradley Beal. Unless I could somehow get Denny instead of Okongwu, I would have to take on, I'm not sure what contract, maybe Jordan Goodwin, and I'd have to give up Champagnie, which would kind of hurt. Could we get this done, or could I maybe throw in another first round pick, or am I going to get a straight decline? I would have to trade away 2 first round picks in this deal, but I get Denny instead of Okongwu. I think I'm going to do that. So yeah, we're basically trading away 2 first round picks, one in 2028, one in 2027, Bridges and Johnson for Denny and KP. It's a risky move, but I do think this is an upgrade all around. And I do wonder if we're still like a year away or so. I'm going to start Men Thompson at the 1 for the rest of the year. He's going to get around 30 minutes a night. I think he could be a real lethal piece for us right now. The starting small forward is going to be Denny Avdia, and then Kristaps is going to be the starting power forward over Sohan here. So yeah, Kristaps is going to get like 32 minutes a night. I would like to go maybe 34 to Aiden. We can go about 27 to Denny. That's fine with me. And then we got Booker and Amen Thompson in the backcourt. We're going to have Zubats. Pritchard now is a 6-man, which I like a little bit more. Aaron Gordon's just going to get, I think, like 15 minutes a night. And we're going to go, I think, here, Sohan. I don't know. Aaron Gordon's been kind of disappointing. So I'm only going to go 10 minutes a night here. There's a chance he's moved in the offseason. I feel like we're building something here with this team. I don't know if Aiden is still like the long-term answer. I'm going to make KP a power forward, whereas overall goes down, but that's fine. Hopefully he's just able to space the floor. So Shea gets MVP here in 2024, maybe a year early than when he was going to get it. Wemby, Rookie of the Year for the Wizards. J-Dub, 6-man of the year. AD Depoy. Most improved goes to Jabari Smith Jr. I thought it was a little bit shocking he went 2nd overall. Oh my God, maybe they made the right decision. Billy Donovan winning Coach of the Year. You'll have to see it. Here's All-NBA first team with Shea, obviously, since he won MVP, and Luka in Atlanta. Here's second team with Chet, Zion, Harden, AD, and Trae Young. There's third team with Tatum, Bam, RJ, Halliburton, and Russell Westbrook. But we ended the year as the 8th seed. Like I said, I thought we were maybe frauds at one point. We went 44 and 38, which is pretty good, but it's just that negative point differential. And being 6 games over 500, I don't know. I never really have luck with Kristaps in 2K, so I'm a little bit skeptical on if it's going to work out for us. And for the playoffs, I don't think I'm even going to play Aaron Gordon. I was so excited to get him. Like, I think I'm going to go 18 to Zubats, 18 to Sohan, maybe just like 23 to Pritchard. I want to go about 38 to Booker. Denny was pretty good. Let's go 30 to Denny. And then we're going to go 31 too. I'm going to rely a lot on him. Let's go 35 to KP, 37 to Aiden. Why not? And here we go. Can we beat the Dallas Mavericks in advance? No, we can't. So we're playing here in the second leg as we just lost to Tim Hardaway Jr. They don't even have Luka and we lost. That is so embarrassing. All right, are we going to lose to the Blazers? Yep, so we don't end up making the playoffs. I forget. I think I traded away my first round pick. All right. I think I may trade DeAndre Ayton in the offseason. Maybe that's just not going to work out with him at the 5 spot. Shea just dropped 41 in the conference finals. Zach LaVine just dropped 30 in the conference finals. Thunder Bulls NBA finals, and the Thunder ended up winning in 6, with Shea dropping 37. So yeah, they don't even have J-Dub or Chet. They have Giddey still, JRE, and oh my god, look at this. Wow, Shea kind of carried this team. Definitely deserving of MVP. And they won it all, which is kind of incredible, him carrying that squad. Notable retirements, and then Kyle Lowry gets his jersey retired by the Raptors. And I have to give away the 14th, or is that? And yeah, I'm dumb, and I gave the Wizards the 14th overall pick in the draft, right? Like, they didn't move up. Yeah, they have the 14th pick from us. Kenny, can we be better next year, please? So yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have any draft picks. I got Nicholas Allen there in the second round. Sarr ended up going number 1 overall. At number 14, the Wizards took Cody Williams with our pick. We're going to pick up the team options on Sohan and Jovic. Ish Wainwright, we will give the qualifying offer to. So here we are in free agency. I think I got to make a trade, like I said before. And we are doing this blockbuster trade. I'm sending DeAndre Ayton to the Boston Celtics, along with Aaron Gordon and Jordan Goodwin for Derek Lively, who was a rookie last year. But I'm getting Jaylen Brown. Yeah, that is incredible. They're going to have, I guess, Time Lord, who's been a good defender for them, but they're getting Ayton, who has been like a dominant big man in a way. I'm definitely better in real life, and definitely better now than in real life. And I'm going to get Jaylen Brown here to Phoenix. So we're going to have basically Amen Thompson at the 1, Booker at the 2, Brown at the 3, Denny as a 6th man. I think I'm going to try Zubac starting, and then we have like plenty of depth after that. I'm also going to sign Buddy Hield to a 2-year deal. So here we are, play progression. Booker's up, Brown is up, KP is up, Denny's up, Sohan's up. Man, I'm hoping we can make a run this year because we haven't had like a true playoff run yet. I actually haven't even won a playoff series. And before this season starts, I do want to re-sign Zubac to a 3-year deal. Same with Peyton Pritchard. All right, so let's go with the men as the 1, Booker 2, Brown 3. I think Kristaps 4, Zubac 5. I like that a ton. I mean, we have some versatility if we don't like that, because I could get Denny as a stretch 4, Sohan can get in there. But Denny's going to be the 6th man. I want to go at least 28 to Amen. Let's go 35 to Booker and Brown, and we can go a little bit more to KP. Please perform well this year. I'm hoping we can because, okay, well, we just beat the NBA champions. I assume that game went to overtime. We just dropped 167. Yeah, this game did go into overtime, maybe even double overtime. Shout out to KP to start off the year. All right, so things are coming together for us right now. Shout out to the Sacramento Kings. They're just kind of elite there with Jake Laravia and Evan Fournier, okay. But we are currently the 2 seed in the Western Conference. There are some really good teams here in the West with Golden State. And then OKC, who are the reigning champions. Over in the East, Orlando is the number 1 seed. But yeah, we are killing it right now with Booker being the leading scorer, followed by Jaylen Brown. Kristaps, why can I never have a good Kristaps? I don't know. Safe, I really can't. Amen Thompson's been good. 3-point shot has been worse this year, but as expected with him. Sohan, kind of taking strides right now. There's Denny as well. Zubac's been a solid enough 5. Pritchard shooting 38% from 3 off the bench. Seeing like, I don't know, like, am I on a path to starting Sohan over KP in the playoffs? Possibly, which would be kind of wild. I do want to re-sign Denny right now. Let's lock him up on a 4-year deal, just in case I have to have full flexibility on off-season acquisitions in the off-season moves, because I don't know. I'm hoping that this team can win it all this year. I do think we have a good enough roster. I'm going to play the hot hand, though. If KP is not shooting the ball well, he's going to the bench. So Luka Doncic ends up winning MVP for the Atlanta Hawks. OMP, Rookie of the Year. No other rookie had better numbers than him this season. Okay, Chet winning Depoy in San Antonio. Zion, Clutch Player of the Year. Mike Brown gets Coach of the Year over Kenny Atkinson. I don't think we ended up with the 1 seed. Shout out to John Collins in Dallas, becoming kind of a stud stretch 4. There's Bam and Sabonis also on All-NBA 3rd team. Here's All Defensive First Team. Shout out to Clint Capella, also just being like an elite defender in this video. And we did end the season as the 6th seed, which is pretty disappointing. Wow. I didn't realize we fell off that much. We went 49-33. We lost 5 straight to end the year, 3-7 record, which basically killed us from having the 3 seed in the Western Conference. That is kind of insane, not gonna lie. Like I said, I'm gonna ride the hot hands in the playoffs. So we'll keep an eye on what everything is gonna look like. But I think for this now, Lively not gonna be in the playoff rotation. We're gonna go 10 to Pritchard. We're gonna go about like 17 to Pritchard, 10 to Jovic. I do want Sohan and Denny playing a decent amount. Kristaps, he's going to get like 24 minutes a night, riding the hot hand. I want to go 38 to Brown, 38 to Booker, and I want to go 38 to Amen Thompson. We'll go 25 to KP. But if KP does not shoot well against Memphis, yeah, we're going to make some changes. All right, so here goes nothing. Game 1 against Memphis, we do win. Okay, we blow them out. That's a statement win. They do have Mark Williams coming off the bench. He had a great game. But Devin Booker dropped 42. Kristaps dropped 21. Ahmed had 8, 12, and 11. Game number 2 goes to Memphis. Ja had 45. Amen had 24. Jaylen Brown had 23. All right, huge game 3 rubber match. We end up losing this one, 119-112 at home. Jaylen Brown had 27. Booker had 21. Game 4, we end up losing this one. I don't even think I won it all in my Suns elimination rebuild, and I can't seem to win it all year either. I can't even win a playoff series. All right, can we come back down 3-1? Ja had 41, but we won. KP had 29. Game number 6, we win. All right, 125-108. Can we complete the 3-1 comeback, please? Yes, we can. Wow, let's go. Let's go. 146-126. Booker with 33. KP actually had himself a pretty good series. I will take that 100%. Zubats was lethal for us as well. Jaylen Brown, for what you're getting paid, I would like for you to be a little bit better. And the Pelicans actually beat the reigning champions in 7. So we're going up against Saban Lee. Shout out. Vandy or VCU? Where did Saban Lee go? Was it Vandy? It was Vandy. He's been good for them. I really liked him coming into that 2020 draft. So let's see what happens here. We do lose game 1. Okay, I feel like this is a team we should be able to beat. Game number 2. We are going to win this one. 130-110. Jaylen Brown at 19. Everybody in double figures besides Peyton Pritchard, who I had high hopes for. We do win game 3. Okay, by a lot. We ended up winning by 51 points. Booker with 37 and 13. Jaylen Brown 22. Amen 19, 10, and 6. Game 4 goes to Phoenix 120-114. Booker with 24. Amen with 15, 9, and 8. 1 of 10 for Soham. Not great. Not great. But just don't blow a 3-1 lead. Bang, we're in the conference finals. 129-125. Devin Booker with 42. And we're going to be taking on the 8-seeded Blazers. All right, RJ Barrett, kind of a beast here in this save. Now, I would normally disrespect them because I do think we're a lot better. But I don't know, man. I've disrespected 8 seeds before that look way inferior to my teams, and they end up beating me. We dropped 151 in regulation against them in game 1. We do end up winning game 2. Okay, we're scoring at will against them. Triple-double for Amen Thompson. Game number 3 goes to Phoenix. We're 1 game away from the NBA Finals. Please give it to me. Just don't blow a 3-0 lead. Thank you. We gentlemen sweep them. Devin Booker, Conference Finals MVP. 6 years or 7 years later, we are back in the NBA Finals. And we are taking on Ben Simmons, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving. What are these teams that are going far in the playoffs? We are so much better than them on paper. I don't know if I'm going to trim down the rotation at all. I mean, Devin Booker was incredible for us. Brown was good. Denny was really good. Pritchard is struggling, man. I may not even play Pritchard. I don't know. I think I may just give him 10 minutes a night. He's been that bad. He's been that bad. I'll play KP a little bit more, and I'm going to play Zubats more. So here we go. Suns and Nets, the Kevin Durant Bowl. We end up winning game 1, 120-106. Really good start for Amen Thompson. Jaylen Brown, I would like for you to be better. Game 2 goes to Phoenix, 115-103. Brooklyn is a 4 seed. Game 3 goes to Phoenix, 115-97. All right, we were down 3-1 against Memphis, and then we end up coming back 3-1. We beat the Pelicans in 5 after losing game 1, and then we beat the Blazers in 5. And can we beat the Brooklyn Nets here in 4? It could end up being a gentleman's sweep. We'll see. We end up, okay, we scored decent amount here. Our offense is cooking. Just don't choke this. And yeah, it looks like we are going to win the finals here in 2028, which is, I guess, 2026. So yeah, no, they technically went back to the finals 5 years later because, yeah, we're not actually in the year 2028. Denny with the worst screen of all time. That is the Woted screen. He's going to cut, though. And he's, oh, acrobatic layup from Denny. And Denny is going to be able to complete the 3-point play. Why is Peyton Pritchard in the game, man? Buddy Hield, okay, they put in all the backups in this game. Derek Lively's even in here. So in a 10-6, low-key not a bad piece for us at all here. I was worried about the development. Kyrie to the rim. Oh, gets swatted there by Derek Lively. I guess, oh yeah, because Kevin Durant ended up signing with Houston, duh. But yeah, Ben Simmons being, I think he's a 90 overall, but I don't know if his shot tendency is really low, but he was averaging 6 points a night for them. Can we get a little bit point Sohan here in Phoenix? Kind of interesting. We're going to get some screens here. Can we get Buddy Hield off the screen? Not at all. We're not going to get a bite there from Cam Thomas. Let's get a screen. Can Peyton Pritchard, who just won 6 Man of the Year when I'm recording this, knock down a 3? Actually, a pretty good look, but misses it. They got Chris Duarte, who's starting, who actually turned into a nice rotational player. Denny, okay, I wanted to throw an oop there. That should still be our ball. Devin Booker off the screen. 40-foot 3, why not? Bang, Devin Booker, limitless range. He's got 24 in this one. Jaylen Brown's got 26. Zubats is close to a double-double. Kristaps has 15. And Amen's also flirting a little bit with a triple-double. But we know he's an elite defender. I'm getting basically the 2025 version of Amen Thompson on this team. This defense is too good. Like KP and Zubats in the paint, you were not scoring on us inside. And then also Amen on the perimeter. We did give a great defense around Booker. All right, so here we go. Amen Thompson is your finals MVP. A little bit shocking. I thought I could go to some other guys. Yeah, so round 1 was our toughest series, and then it was kind of stress-free throughout this. And I hope you guys did enjoy this historic Suns rebuild. Let me know what you think went wrong. Do you think they regret trading for KD, or you still make that in hindsight, but obviously they regret trading for Bradley Beal? Where does this team go next? Do they trade KD? Do they buy out Bradley Beal? Let me know down below. Drop a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.